This is Admiral Biatch to base camp. It seems the stormtroopers have gone on strike, and I have no experience with this type of shit. Who should I call for help?
It's the B to the A to the D-E-R. We constructing the Death Star with my slick suede suit that's black like tar. Fucking you up no matter who you are.
Tell the motherfuckers about to skip dark side. Pull up on your planet, Death Star, drive by. Now ain't no rebels cause the skills ain't shit.
You see my TIE fighter zigzag stay lit.
Oh shit! Yoda on the scene, 900-year fiend, smoking Dagobah green. Bitches on my tip like Lando on liquor.
Oh, you're just jealous cause my black dick's thicker. Yo, tell him Chewie last night I had Leia all drunk, one to do me.
Shut the fuck up, man. Leia's my sister. The only thing you're getting is a beat-off blister.
Luke, use the Force before intercourse, but Luke, don't forget, bitches ain't nothing but hoes and tricks.
Obi-Wan, I'm the Top Gun. The chosen one, hotter than both sons. Vader ain't shit, his head's cut up and split. He's slower than the first Pentium chip.
Shit. The one brings it worse in this fucking universe.
Rebels! You know we'll fucking win, cause we'll fight till the end.
I can feel the anger dwelling within you.
Rebels!
You also feel Vader's digging you, biatch!
Piața conduna. Gisa magia. Bunda la gista. Canto Jabba Jabba.
Jabba, you ain't nothing but a fat-ass slug. Fake gold chains, you sorry-ass thug. Sitting in your palace with your blue-headed whore. Trapdoor to the Rancor.
Oh, my goodness gracious me. On a gay man's golden fantasy. Programmed for homo ecstasy. 10 billion forms of gay positioning. For my golden shower, you must pay a fee. But R2-D2 gives it up for free. R2-D2, what's your language? Always having sex with robotic strangers.
Misa like to drink and smoke all night. Misa like to fight and fuck your wife. Misa don't care cause Misa so dumb. Misa will fuck you with me thumb. Misa wants a Misa cause a Misa wants some. Misa wants a Misa cause a Misa wants some. Misa wants a Misa cause a Misa wants some. Misa wants some cause Misa wanna come.
Awesome sauce! Hello everyone, this is Blind Adam Wonders. I am the Comic Pimp. This is Awesome Sauce Radio. I might seem distracted for a second because I'm trying to get stream your link to the guest for tonight.
I believe he's in the building.
He is in the building?
Yep.
All right, cool. All right, so I'm going to thank two of my sponsors, and then we'll get into the heart of the matter. I'd like to thank DeMarco's Pizza. DeMarco's Pizza is the greatest pizzeria in the whole wide world, especially in West Milford, New Jersey, and Northern New Jersey. DeMarco's Pizzeria, an Italian restaurant. It's located at 1926 Union Deli Road, Union, New Jersey 07421, 973-728-1344, DeMarco'spizza.com. Tell them that Blind Adam sent you. Their food is amazing. I highly recommend them. Get your parties catered. Try their garlic nuts. If you mention Awesome Sauce Radio or Blind Adam, you get a free order of garlic nuts. And they're the die for. Trust me. Because I'm fat and proud. That's how I know. DeMarco's Pizza, 40 years in business. More than 40 years, actually. And they're just an amazing place. 1926, Union Valley Road, New Jersey 07421, 973-728-1344. DeMarco'spizza.com. Also, want to give a huge shout out to the Garden State Comic Fest. Garden State Comic Fest comes to the Cody Arena in West Orange, New Jersey, June 26th and 27th. They have an amazing guest list. James LeBar, creator of The Crow. Kevin Eastman, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They have other Turtles guests. Amy Jo Johnson, the original Pink Power Ranger. It's going to be an amazing weekend up at the Cody Arena. www.GardenStateComicFest.com. Tell them Blind Adam sent you. And with that being said, I would like to welcome to the Awesome Sauce stage one of the owners, or the principal owner of Famous Faces Funnies, Rick Shey.
Hey, I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong, but I can't hear you anymore. It just went silent on me.
That's odd. I can hear you now. Can you hear me? That's odd. He is having technical difficulties.
Hey, can you hear me, guys?
I can hear you.
Just checking.
Yep.
Hold. Should be working.
Hey, Rick, can you hear us now?
Nope.
I'm not sure when my sound just cut off, but I'm not sure what to do here.
I'm writing to you really quick, Rick.
Oh, technology.
Yeah, you gotta love it, right?
Don't know if I should jump out and come back in.
No, yeah. I can hear you now. Can you hear us now?
Okay, I'll be right back.
All right. All right, folks. Sorry for the technical difficulties.
Yeah, were you able to hear him in that last second?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold.
I think because I can hear him. I just don't think he's having problems hearing me.
Oh, I can hear you fine now. Hopefully, you can hear me.
Yep.
Okay,
we're cool. Seems like I fixed it.
All right, cool. It's just StreamYard. StreamYard occasionally acts weird.
Right. All good.
All right, cool. So, I guess if you could just tell my audience once again who you are and what you do, I'd appreciate that. Now that we have our problems fixed.
Of course, I am Rick Shey. I have been selling comics for 36 years, and the last 32 years, I've been selling comics as the owner and manager of Famous Faces and Funnies in Melbourne, Florida. We're just thankful to have a community that supports our shop our size. We've been doing this for decades, and we've got over 300,000 back issues, over 50,000 graphic novels, about 15,000 different toys in stock, and about 4,000 or 5,000 different pops. So got a 10,000 square foot store. We actually just bought a building. I'm going to be paying it off for a few decades, but gives me a lot of room to spread out and show off all the toys and comics and graphic novels and stuff we're passionate about. So we're just thrilled to have a community that supports shop our size. And I have an incredible staff of 15 wonderful people that just love comics as much as I do and get to share their passion with people and recommend books they enjoy every day. So it's been a lot of fun and quite a wild ride.
That's awesome. How did you get into comics?
I basically just started. It started with G.I. Joe Yearbook 2 when I was 8 years old, way back in 1986, and just really enjoyed it. And next thing you know, I'm reading Classic X-Men 10, and then diving into Batman. And before too long, I was probably reading 300 or 400 comics a month, reading pretty much everything that was coming out from Marvel, DC, Independent, and then diving into back issues, just going, all right, I'll read this 20 issues of X-Men in a row I just picked up from, the local comic store or whatever, just playing catch up, and just reading no shortage of comics. So pretty much everything that came out for a while I was reading in the 80s and 90s, and found my way into working for a shop when I was 13 years old and just helping out there, and it just escalated from there into eventually running Famous Faces and Funnies, and then eventually being the owner and going from there. So it's been a lot of fun, and I'm really just lucky to have a job I love and really enjoy.
Nice. You actually mentioned one of my favorite books in there, Classic X-Men.
Oh yeah, that was great.
That's how I discovered. I picked up issue 1, and that's how I got into being an X-Men fan.
Excellent, very good. I started at 10, and then eventually was like, oh, okay, let me pick up the other issues that, once I caught up on all the Classic X-Men around that time, I just started diving back into back issue bins for Uncanny, and, it's been and pretty much read for years and years beyond that.
Yes. And of course, the Marvel G.I. Joe stuff is legendary.
Right.
Yeah, so you were one of the cool kids on the playground growing up.
Right. I don't know about that. I mean, comics is it's incredible how much it's changed and how much pop culture has become nerd culture has become pop culture. It's funny, when I was a kid, it was like me and a handful of other people that read comics, and my friend Jeff and several others, we'd kind of talk about what's going on in Spider-Man or this or that. Now every time myself and my wife go into a classroom, it's like, hey, who's read a comic? And every single hand goes up, and it's like, oh, that's great. Kids are so excited about comics and manga and love all these characters, and they've definitely become a just such a bunch of household names. So everyone's, oh, I love Miles, I love Gwen, I love this character. And sometimes I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't even know who that is. I was like,
I noticed how much we've grown, Rick.
Right? Oh yeah.
A couple days, I was running my usual Saturday morning errands at Dollar General.
Right.
I had my Captain America hoodie on, and like three of the employees said, that's a cool hoodie. Where'd you get? It's like, where'd you get the hoodie? It's like, I got this like over 20 years ago.
Right. That's awesome.
Back when Marvel said, "Ooh, we could try to run a bunch of restaurants."
Yeah.
And,
that's funny.
I remember that launch back in San Diego Comic-Con '99.
Right. Very cool.
We're going to try to run a bunch of restaurants.
Yeah. Quite they were making some interesting moves in the '90s for Marvel as they were branching out. It's wild.
Oh yeah. Like I said, but I remember they did that launch for the restaurant in San Diego that year, and they had one of the coolest Marvel merch out of the entire con at that booth.
Right.
Which I still have my Spidey denim jacket to this day.
Right. Very cool. Yeah. I went to Comic-Con, I think from like 98 to like maybe 2010 or so. And it was always an adventure, and it just eventually got less and less and less about comics, but just kind of the nature of Comic-Cons and how it's kind of shifted over the years, but it's cool to see just so many people passionate about this stuff and, dipping their toe into comics. And that's what really makes me happy. Almost every day I sell someone a comic for the first time, and it's, just a great feeling to give them something they're excited about and not trick them into buying something that sucks that I'm stuck with. That's what it's all about. Is just, I can be a used car salesman, or I can get them to trust me and go, oh, that was great. What other Spider-Man stories are good? And go, oh, Kraven's Last Hunt or Maximum Carnage, or, whatever you want to point them towards, and just whatever they're excited about, whatever characters or artists or anything they like. So.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know if I would put Maximum Carnage in that list of top Spidey stories.
I mean, it's a popular one. I won't say it's near as good. Kraven's Last Hunt is, I think, the definitive Spider-Man story, and it was supposed to be a Batman story, and DC said it was too dark.
Oh, yeah.
And then, how funny is that? And then repitched as a even darker Spidey story, and it's, I think, the best. I love the Straczynski run, and it kills me that some of that stuff is unavailable even in Epic collections right now. They just did like.
I was gonna say, how much of the OG Straczynski run is out of print at this point?
They just reprinted the like Sins Past one, but I'm like, but you have to keep volume 1 and 2 in print, or I can't sell volume 3. Like, it's such an uphill battle. I mean, it's already hard enough to convince people to pay $45 or $50 for an Epic collection, but it makes it a lot harder to sell volume 3 if I can't get them a volume 1 or 2. So,
exactly.
It's
really
wild.
Sins Past is what they decided to keep in print.
I know.
The second most hated Spider-Man story of all time.
Yeah, that was definitely, it's not his fault. I know he had a plan, and then they said, don't, the Sony said you can't do this. You gotta change this. And he was like, it already started. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
So it is what it is. It's just kind of
just
crazy.
for my members of my audience who doesn't know what the Spider-Man story Sins Past is.
Right.
It's basically Gwen has 2 kids, and they wind up being Norman Osborn's kids.
Right. Yeah. They were, I mean, the original plan was it to be like, oh, these are Peter's kids. And it was like, wait, what? What's going on? And then it was, the reality was like, no, we can't have Peter have 2 random kids he didn't know about all of a sudden all grown up. So they shoved it in last second and went, oh, no, they already showed she has 2 kids. One of them kind of looks like Peter. Oh, wait, just kidding. It's suddenly Norman's kids. And it was like, come on, man. Like that. Yeah. Having to change that. I know Straczynski's biggest thing is creative control. And he was like, strike 1. He's like, you get 3 strikes and I'm no longer working for you. And I know that was.
We all know what the biggest strike was. Is one more day. I remember. Don't know if it's still up in the CBR Comic Resources archives, but they actually printed the whole argument he had between him and Quesada.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing he said. He was like, I almost wanted to take my name off it. He goes, but I've been on the other side of the table when I was the showrunner for like the Ghostbusters show. He said someone else wanted to do this, and I was like, no, trust me, I'm the one that's the caretaker of these characters. Yes, it would be cool, but that would wipe out what we're planning for season 4 or whatever. So he goes, okay, it's their football. It's still gonna be around when I'm done with it. So I'll do this story. I'm not thrilled about it, but I'll set it up for this brand new day. Here we are 20 years after Brand New Day. They still haven't really found the next love of Peter Parker's life, or the reason that Ultimate Spider-Man outsold Amazing Spider-Man 2-1 really in my store and in a lot of stores was, wow, married happy Peter Parker. That's exciting. People are all over
Yeah,
it.
2
So
kids.
yeah, right. I know, it's crazy.
Uh,
What a wild concept. A happy guy instead of, oh look, magically divorced and made a deal with the devil. It's like there's a lot of people that just were like, what in the world? Why did they make these changes to not really change the story or make it better? It would have been just fine with him married, or I don't know what they were going for. I understand they were trying to make him look younger and seem younger like the versions in the movies that are wildly popular, but it's not like all those movie people rushed in with Brand New Day and suddenly started
oh
buying
yeah,
the comics. So what was the point,
like I said, and I think in the early 2000s, Marvel was still trying to get their, excuse the expression, their head out of their ass from
Right.
bankruptcy, and Marvel Knights was the main thing at that point, and
Yeah. But those early days of Marvel Knights and like Quesada coming into power, I mean, honestly, there were some great books being made. Like the Hulk by Bruce Jones was great. The Garth Ennis on Punisher was a stroke of genius. The Punisher run before that, not so much a stroke of genius.
oh, you mean was that the one where he was an angel?
Yeah,
Set back from heaven
I
because
know.
they wanted him to be the vengeance of God.
Yeah, it was really bad, and it was like, and Garth Ennis killed it in 2 panels. He's like, worked for Heaven for a while, didn't work out, not doing that anymore. I was like, okay, cool. That's all it needs to be said about it. It
And
was
it's
like,
never been referenced again.
yeah, there's a reason. I mean, it was rough, but man, putting the creative team from Preacher on Punisher was brilliant. Inhumans by Jay Lee and Paul Jenkins is the best Inhuman story ever, maybe the only great Inhuman story. And Black Panther by Christopher Priest and a great mix of artists was just awesome. That was such a great
I'm actually just
Marvel Knights line.
rediscovering the Christopher Priest Black Panther stuff now. Then of course, anyone who knows my channel, the cream of the crop of Marvel Knights was Kevin Smith.
Oh yeah.
Daredevil.
Yeah. That is my favorite Daredevil story ever. Guardian Devil, I literally like more than Born Again, more than the Bendis stuff, more than the Brubaker stuff, more than anything. Guardian Devil is my absolute favorite Daredevil story of all time, hands down. It's
Someone
so
who
good.
agrees with me. This is
Right?
rare, especially on this particular story.
Oh, I love it. I mean, honestly, I have sold hundreds of copies of that book, and the amount of people that were like, "Oh my god, what else did Kevin Smith do with Daredevil?" I was like, "That's it." With that in one issue of Target,
Actually, no, take it back. No, roll it back. He did one thing after that,
right?
Called Daredevil Target, which was
Right, but it only had one issue come out and never finished up with so they couldn't use Bullseye in Bendis's run for like 5 years, and he was like, "All right, we understand. Kevin Smith's never going to do it." But yeah, sorry, Daredevil Target was a good start. It just never wrapped up,
Yes, and then of course, unfortunately, it took 3 years for Spider-Man, Black Cat, the Evil That Men Do get finished.
Exactly. Ironically enough, the Kevin Smith in joke that it is, I'm not exaggerating, it is exactly 37 months, 37 in a row from Black Cat 3 to Black Cat 4. It was literally the amount of people that came in and were like, "Oh my god, I really is Black Cat 4 out yet?" I was like, "Sorry." "What do you mean it's been a year?" I was like, don't blame me, man. It's not my fault, like Kevin Smith is great, but he is not the timeliest fellow, and since then has kind of learned, let me write all 4 issues, then we'll put it out.
He was doing more big studio type stuff. And
right.
Jersey Girl is the movie that really tied his career up for a while.
Right, true. So I understand it was just frustrating as a comic retailer to go, sorry, it's been a year. Sorry, it's been 2 years. We still don't have issue 4. And then when it finally came out, it's like half the customers on that list no longer shop.
Yeah, I was managing a shop at that point, and it's just like both as someone who was on the retail and on the fan side of it, I was like, this is kind of disappointing.
Right, of course, yeah, but it's but I do enjoy Kevin Smith's work. I would like, but again, that Daredevil, Guardian Devil, man, that issue number 7 is one of my favorite single issues. I know it's part 7 of 8 of a brilliant story, but man, I've reread that single issue
Actually,
just
I
multiple
think
times.
that's great, but I also like the issue 8, the conversation on the bridge, between Matt and Peter.
Oh yeah,
Because that's the first time Kevin Smith writes Daredevil is in Daredevil number 8.
or yeah, right, yes, right, yeah, true, yeah, good call.
Just that conversation, that very intense conversation between him and Spider-Man is just always one of my favorites.
Very good. Yeah, that whole run is Guardian Devil, man. And for a while, it was out of print, and I was like, "You're killing me." It's my favorite Daredevil story, but I believe it's finally available again.
Actually, I just came across a copy of the first print, and the reason I know it's the first print because it's got the forward by Affleck in it.
Yeah, there you go. Cool.
Which Affleck wrote like 2 years before he got cast as Daredevil in that music video. I mean movie.
Right? Yeah, gotcha. That's funny.
Let me ask you: did you watch all of Born Again season 2?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I thought it was great. I mean, honestly, we're not only seeing so many great comics. I mean, we've got The Boys, Invincible, Born Again. I mean, there's so many great things coming out right now, and it's just such a great time to be a nerd and be into all this stuff. And it's amazing how many people are falling in love with these characters. And one of my favorite things is just people get involved, obviously, in Invincible or The Boys or Daredevil, and they go, okay, well, now that the season ended, where do I read from here? And it's like, oh, you want to read what, I won't ruin it because it just came out, but oh, you want to read this creator's run, or you want to read jumping on it, this certain issue or this certain graphic novel. So it's definitely just pointing people in the right direction. I just sold an hour ago. Someone was just like, so where exactly did Invincible leave off? I was like, it ended at 78. The exact last words of the show, or the exact last words of the of the volume 14 of the new printing, or sorry, volume 13. So jumping in at volume 14 is the way to do it to catch on. So
So they basically, like I said, so around issue 80 or so is where they actually, knock it off.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they were exactly at 78. Viltrumite Wars 71 through 78, and they are 79 will in theory start, season 5 right off, and should be strong. So I mean, we've still got almost half the issues out of a 144 issue run, and it's just been brilliant. So I love how much it's picked up. It's funny because The Boys has definitely got so many people talking about it, but no one's come in like, I need Boys single issues. Like, we've sold a lot of the trades, but nowhere near as much as Invincible.
Which is a phenomenal as someone who's getting back out more into the retail side of things now, and figuring how to mix in what I do on podcasting with being a retailer. It's been my question is, how come The Boys single issues do not have the heat that, say, Invincible's gotten at this point?
Right. I think on one hand, it's just because a lot of the people that come in for Invincible are teenagers, and Boys high teens are coming in to catch them, but if I had like a 12-year-old or a 13-year-old, I'd be like, man, your parents are letting
I don't know if they feel
like,
comfortable selling a 12 or 13-year-old issue Invincible or The Boys, to be honest.
Well, Invincible is more violence, whereas Boys is a lot more Garth Ennis being Garth Ennis, and more like adult situations and sexual situations where I'm like, man, that's really funny, but I would not want to be in trouble because I sold the wrong comic to a kid, So
yeah, I don't want to be reading about your chap in the latest newsletter, the Comic Book Legal Defense Fund,
Right, exactly. I mean, that's just it. This was so funny. I had a woman in about 2 weeks ago, and she was like, "Oh, I wanted to get some Boys issues for my nephew." I was like, "What age range is he?" She goes, "Oh, he's 22." I was like, "Okay, thank God. I don't want to sell this to like a 12-year-old or whatever." She's like, "No, we watch it together. I totally know." I was like, "Okay, just making sure it's going to an adult before I point you in the right direction." So, but yeah, it is weird. Why has Boys has caught on, obviously, in a lot of its teens and all ages. It's really obviously very violent, but most of it, there's with the exception of maybe one issue of Invincible that'll eventually be in probably season 6. There's not too much.
I heard a rumor that they're going to try to be very politically correct around issue 110.
Right, gotcha. I mean, I can see them maybe making it go another direction, just because that is such a controversial situation. I mean, I can't name
Yeah,
another comic that's ever run that plot point, or at least not before that. So that's a wild move. But I mean, but Kirkman, man, he's just a monster. I mean, between Walking Dead and Invincible and everything else, he's really helped get more people in my store than probably any other creator single-handedly. Like, it's awesome that the boys and, you know, and obviously the Marvel and DC stuff have brought people in, but as far as one creator's visions bringing a whole new audience, it's so exciting to see. After years of Walking Dead being the biggest thing on TV for, you know, almost a decade or whatever, Invincible is finally out to a bigger audience, and it's exciting to see people come in and go
yes.
crazy for the single issues, for the trades, for the compendiums. I mean, it's been awesome. And the best part is he's kept it all in print all the time, which is amazing. There's so much. Why is it that, again, Marvel's got some great stuff that ties into Daredevil or ties into what they've got for projects, and it's like, how are you out of print on this?
And of
Invincible
course,
stayed in print.
and this will just drove me even more insane during WandaVision than anything else. You have WandaVision, one of the hottest shows on Disney Plus coming out, but House of M was out of print at that point.
Exactly. And it wasn't just like, oh, hey, it'll be back in a week. It was like, it was out for months. And it's like, now's the time when people want to know about this and want to see where Wanda's definitive like moment is. So yeah, it's frustrating. I understood when like the first Iron Man movie came out and there was like nothing available for Iron Man trades, because Iron Man's traditionally been a slower seller as far as,
yeah, and at that point, until the movie came out, no one once again, excuse my language here for a second, no one gave two shits about Iron Man.
Right,
before
exactly.
Robert Downey Jr. played him.
Right, but that was way back. We're talking 2008.
Yep.
They should have, by WandaVision in 2020 or 2021, they should have had it figured out to go, hey, we know this involves Wanda. What's her biggest story that involves Wanda? Oh, I know, House of M. Maybe we should get this in print. It's not like it's I know it takes a few months to kind of line it up and get it printed, but it shouldn't take, you know, it's not like it was snuck up on them or they didn't know they were doing a show for it. So it's frustrating when Marvel kind of drops the ball like that. So I appreciate Kirkman, one, doing so much for retailers and so much for stores and fans and stuff like that, but keeping all that stuff in print all the time has been amazing. And I guarantee he keeps making it. We're going to keep selling it. So we're very thankful for that.
Okay, doke. JV, can you please bring up the Star Wars image? Want to know, are you excited for the Mandalorian coming out?
Yeah, I mean, I'm psyched for it. I know, Star Wars overall has been kind of slow. We even had like a Star Wars Day, of course, the other day for May the 4th. Now, granted, it was a Monday, and we were mostly promoting our free comic day, and so busy with that. But yeah, Star Wars is it's definitely on the slower side. I do think there'll be a lot of fun, you know, in this movie. I think people will enjoy it, so I think it'll be good. I know some of the Star Wars projects have caught a lot of static, and I've enjoyed. Some more than some of the general audience, and others I'm like, this is okay. I don't know. I'm just not you know, to go from 3 movies for the longest time and then finally prequels and sequels and stuff like that, and it almost seems like too much at once. And now fans are kind of
like the 3 billion, you know, like TV shows we got in the last like 10 years.
Right, exactly. I mean, and don't get me wrong, there's some gems in there and some stuff that's kind of unfairly maligned. But on the other hand, I think The Mandalorian will kind of be a step in the right direction. I'm glad that it's another movie instead of having oh look, let's do another season, because again, season 2, it's like, okay, this is really getting repetitive. Oh, hey, I need this to fix my ship. Oh, well, as soon as you kill these sandworms for us, then we'll give you the piece to fix your ship. Oh, they're hidden behind the sandworm. Of course they are, you know. And it just eventually got a little repetitive. So I think slowing down, doing a movie rather than another season or 2 is the right move.
Yes.
I just hope it lives up to the fun and excitement of season 1 of Mandalorian.
Like I said, I think they, you know, I have not seen a really cool fast food tie-in for a movie like this in a while. So
right.
the toys, I don't have them in hand yet, but they seem cool. I'm really excited that they're doing actual really nice looking collectible cups.
Yeah, cool.
Thing. I have not had a chance to actually eat the meal yet because you said I didn't want to waste $20-something on fast food.
Right, gotcha.
I was like, wow, I can just I just go on eBay and buy the cups and the Amazon. Stop. I could just go on Amazon, eBay and buy the cups and the toys. I'll just do that.
Yeah, there you go. Cool.
So, you know, I know you're both on eBay Live and whatnot.
Yes.
How is the transition from being a brick and mortar retailer to doing live sales?
So we actually, so it's worked out pretty well. I mean, it kind of catches a different audience, and it's so funny what sells. Sometimes we'll sell something in a live sale, and then someone comes in the store an hour later and goes, "Oh, do you still have that so and so?" And we're like, "We just sold it an hour ago and whatnot." And they're like, "Oh man," or vice versa. It's sometimes where it's like, "Oh, hey, you had this on Wednesday. Do you have this on your whatnot Friday show?" We sold it literally Friday afternoon, and someone bought it before you. Oh man, I knew I should have grabbed it when I could have. So it's kind of interesting, but a lot of times, just the other day, someone bought a batch. I'm not making this up. One of each of every Captain Atom comic we had. The original 60-issue series, the Wildstorm stuff. I mean, the weirdest stuff. In my mind, I'm probably different than most retailers. Most retailers would tell you, I'm happy I sold a $100 book because that's one book and, high dollar book. I would much rather sell $90 worth of $3 back issues all day. And it's just because if that's what someone's passionate about, completing their new Warriors collection or buying a bunch of issues of Detective Comics or whatever, I'm all about it. Don't get me wrong. I like selling a $300 book, as much as the next guy. But to me, it's all about, I just had someone come in a few minutes before we did the interview, and he literally was like, "Oh man, I want all the old Dark Horse aliens. I have most of them, but if you find a bunch of them, run them by me." And I did, and he had almost all of them, unfortunately. But at the same time, I'm just like, hey, I'm just happy to at least give you a chance to see these before anyone else. We've been doing want lists for years and stuff like that, and it's worked out well. But getting back to the actual question and rambling off a bit, we did start doing live sales way back in on Facebook Live in April 2018. So 8 years ago, we were doing live sales. I believe Marcus was the first person I saw doing them about a year before, and I was like, "Yeah, we'll get to it. We'll get to it." And
because for me, it was Marcus, and then shout out to a buddy of mine. Don't know if he's where he is because I know he's in your state. The Jesse James.
Yeah, you're right. I've seen Jesse doing it. I think I technically might have been doing it before Jesse, unless I just missed it. I know he was doing it and then doing like the CBSN stuff in like 2019, 2020. But ultimately, yeah, and we may have jumped in right around the same time. But
yeah, I noticed like he jumped in, and then of course I saw my good friends over from Bird City starting to do it.
Oh yeah, right. Oh, they're gigantic. They've got a humongous like whatnot and eBay following and stuff like that, and do a lot of cool exclusives and stuff. But yeah, as far as Facebook Live, it worked out real well. We jumped in and we're like, all right, we'll give it a shot, and we didn't think we were ready, and then we were like, okay, well, we sold a few $1,000s worth of stuff in a few hours. All right, I guess we should have been doing this earlier. And what happened so we basically saw a lot of stores jump in during COVID when their stores were closed or when traffic was down, and they said, hey, how do we do this? And we luckily had 2 years of experience already at that point, so it worked out real well. We ended up teaching a few other stores, including some local stores. We gave them like a seminar, and hey, this is what works for us. If you want, we can come to your store if you're localish and help you run it and stuff like that. We helped a few other stores out like that. But ultimately, when Free Comic Day for 2020 and COVID was canceled, we ran a 26-hour live sale, one letter of the alphabet per each hour. So the first hour
I remember that.
It was wild. It was a lot of fun, and we did. I mean, there were letters that were like Q was kind of a stretch, and obviously Y. There's not that many comics.
Yeah, when you guys got the Y, I was like, what?
Right.
I think I skipped your guys' Y segment.
Yeah, understood. I mean, that was also 25 hours into it, but ultimately, yeah, having it go through, it was wild. And the funniest thing is, every single person except for one person from the first hour had like $13 or $14 worth of Aliens comics, and they never send us their information. Everybody else made their purchases, and it was an unbelievable success.
See, that's phenomenal.
So yeah, I mean, that's to have one kickback out of long boxes worth of comics. And the best part is just Paul, my store manager, this guy knows his stuff, man. I've been selling comics now 36 years. I've been reading almost my entire life, but this guy knows even more about comics than I do. I don't get to say that about a whole lot of people. And he pulled exactly the good right mix, a little of Alias, a little of Avengers, little of Aliens, little of every title, and people were just all over it, and it was a lot of fun. We had people that were showing us, hey, I'm watching you on the big screen on my TV for the whole thing. We were like, man, we can't believe you're watching this for the whole 26 hours. That's insane. But no, we had a great time with it, and yeah, doing live sales and now pivoting over to eBay Live and whatnot more. It's just the way the market's gone. Like, on one hand, it's kind of frustrating that we're losing obviously fees on eBay Live and on whatnot, compared to Facebook Live, where there was no real fees except for PayPal fees. But no, ultimately it's been great, and it's awesome to find such a new market to go, hey, I'll buy a bunch of Captain Atom, or I need a bunch of issues of, the Vision series. I need to complete these 3 issues to complete my
Well,
run of Tom
like I
King's
said,
Vision.
yeah. I appreciate my colleagues who have a good back issue stock, because there's always those odd series you never find or ever see.
Right? Yeah.
For me, it's more of those like mid '90s kid novelty books.
Right.
There's like that. The last like 3 issues in BFS and Butthead I never see.
Right. Yeah.
That final issue of Ren and Stimpy I never see.
True. Yeah, those are tough. I know we've had like some towards the end. We've had Ren and Stimpy like 38 and 39, but yeah, in the 40s are tough. We did have a last issue of Beavis and Butthead maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, and I think we had a 27 maybe a year back, but I think 28's the end. But yeah, those are
those
tough.
last few things. So what advice would you give to someone who just, they're like, I'm going to throw my hat in the ring, and
right.
I'm going to try live selling.
I mean, the main thing is, more than anything, I see some new guys start out, and there are a bunch of great resources. Luckily, there's several forums for retailers. Final Order Cutoff Forum, Coliseum of Comics, which is my friend Phil Boyle. He has 12 stores between mostly in Florida, but he also has now 2 stores in Texas, which is wild.
Now?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. He's ping-ponged around. He's like, we're going to close this one because it's only doing this and it's not worth it. So we're going to tell those customers to just travel a little further to this closer store. But Phil has a great resource, and he has been an awesome guy about helping other stores and putting his advice out there. And it's funny, he and I kind of used to butt heads a little bit 20 years ago, and I was kind of, because he was very in defense of Marvel, and now he's kind of like the first one to kind of go, hey, why is Marvel doing this? And I was like, that's what I was saying then,
I've been scratching my head with Marvel a lot lately too.
Yeah, true. But ultimately on Phil has a great resource. Coliseum is a wonderful way. It is just for brick and mortar stores, so he doesn't want to have but Final Order Cutoff and Comics Retailer Association and stuff like that. There's several different Facebook groups and other groups like that are great about giving you great advice. I am very much an open book. I'm very candid. I know some guys are like, no, I don't want to talk percentages. I don't want to talk numbers, and I'm not very shy about it. I'm very happy with where we're at, and I'm very thrilled to see people that are serious about opening a store. But there are several stores I've seen that open, and they don't understand, though. Yes, you can charge $20 for this week's hot book, but someone's going to buy it from you begrudgingly, and then when it's not the hot book anymore, or it didn't really hold its value. There's so many spec books that came out after Dork and after White Sky, and all of a sudden Narco was hot, now all of a sudden Dead Teenagers and all these other things, and it was like some of those didn't really catch like people thought they would. How much of it was just forced market manipulation, so it's kind of wild.
It's just like, there's times I look at the current comic book market, and I was like, has 1995 taught us nothing?
Mm-hmm. Right, exactly.
Like,
I mean,
is there a reason, I want to really ask you on this, is there a reason Absolute Batman 20 needed like over 50 covers?
There's 100, including, there's like 90 or 89 store exclusives, so there's literally 100 covers. Supposedly, after 21, they're going to say, all right, guys, we are going to limit this. It's out of control. It's too many stores pulling too much money out of the market, going, well, this is a limited 1,000. This is a limited of 3,000, so, but yeah, it's totally insane. Granted, Absolute Batman is a juggernaut. I mean, we're ordering 335 copies is our standing order between the A cover and the variants, and we have over 100 subs for that book. There's not a lot of books we've ever had over 100 subs for.
It really is one of the best books on the market.
Yeah, I mean,
It's the one book. I just like it's out. I have to read it.
Right. Oh yeah. I mean, it's a phenomenon, and the best part is the amount of new people coming in, trying the single issues, trying the trades, just hearing about it, going, well, that kind of looks like the manga stuff I like. Oh, this gigantic, Wonder Woman sword, or this, Batman's crazy giant axe and stuff like that. People are excited, and it's definitely bringing it into audience. So it's been great. But jumping back to the store, the question about comic retailers. The main thing is you could trick someone into paying you too much for a hot book. But are you going to get them to come back and buy issue 2, issue 3, issue 4, issue 5? Is it worth it to make a few extra bucks to have them go, oh, that guy kind of overcharged me? Don't be a used car salesman. I mean, especially if you're selling on eBay and you're a flipper, that's one thing, because you're not necessarily going to have them come back and buy the next issue from you or come back and buy the next month's hot book from you. But in a store, you have to build up a relationship. Don't get me wrong. There's been books that were, the 5 people that ask in advance for White Sky, and then it's a $40 book. I'm like, look, man, you've got it for cover price. You asked in advance. It's yours. We would never, ever burn someone that told us they wanted it before it came out or before FOC or whatever. And I know stores that do that. They go, sorry, I know you asked me before FOC and I'm going to charge you $20 for it. And it's like, you're going to lose them as a customer, and they will understandably never come back to your store. So it's definitely one of those things where you have to build a relationship and you have to build a trust. And if you can trick someone into giving you a few extra dollars, but like a used car salesman, they're not going to come back to you. You have to treat people right, and that's what it's all about. And that's what we're excited about, is building relationships with customers, knowing that we're going to put it aside for them. We're going to get them exactly what they want. If they want every Earthworm cover, we'll grab it for them. They want every cover by Jim Lee, we'll throw it in there for them. We do our best to really handle that stuff, and that goes a long way when we actually remember and go, oh, I know you didn't see this because they changed the cover artist at the last second, but here's a new cover by Mark Spears or whoever, so we'll throw it in there and never obligate them to buy it, but at least they're like, oh, thank you so much, that's cool, I'll take it.
That's cool. What is the convention scene like in Florida?
What's that?
What is the convention scene like in Florida?
There is a million conventions is the thing. So the biggest convention, of course, is MegaCon. They are just growing and growing and growing. They've become one of the biggest conventions in the country at this point. The one thing is they keep ping-ponging around. One year they're in February, then they're in March, then they're in May. And it's like, just pick a weekend, or at least a rough period of a few weekends, and stick with it. And it's like, they were, a few years ago, they changed to Super Bowl weekend. Not the greatest move, but they still had tons of people there. Then they changed to spring break weekend for a lot of Florida schools, and now they're changing to graduation weekend for next year, literally 2 months since this one. But
yeah, I saw that. And I was like, good luck with that.
Right. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're seriously bringing, there's 180, 190,000 people. They are the biggest con, and they're not going anywhere, but it's just less and less about comics every year, like anything else. And as their stable of giant household name, actors grows, I just don't know how much room it's leaving for money for comic retailers has been the issue. But outside of Mega, I mean, there's a million just small cons. There's a million conventions in Orlando. We actually run our own convention. We've took over about 10 years ago and grew to twice a year. We have Melbourne Toy and Comic Con, and it's 10-12 minutes from our store. It is mid-April and mid-October, the same weekend every time. And we've had a great
convention my friend Lauren was telling me about.
Right. Cool. Yeah. I mean, we have a great time with it. We keep it nice and small. It's free parking, $10 admission. Kids 10 and under get in free. I mean, the goal is just to keep it nice and small and basically not, obviously in a perfect world, I'd love to be the next MegaCon, but the reality is, we have about 1,500
that's a
people
costly
come
endeavor,
through.
especially in today's economy too.
Right. Exactly. No, but we're
and
thrilled.
Then it's also, I feel, is like, what am I going to do to make my convention stand out without it looking like the Fan Expo model, which is
right,
bring this group of people here, move them to the next city, rinse, repeat.
Right, exactly. I mean, that's just it. Is every year we try and improve it a little more, and it runs smoother and smoother. Sam, who's one of my staff members, is really the person who makes it all work and does an incredible job putting it all together and kind of going, okay, this dealer wants to be against the wall. This dealer wants to be in the middle. This dealer needs room for this. And, we can't put this person next to this person if they're selling the same exact thing. So it's just worked out really well, and we have a great time running it. But yeah, there's so many conventions in Florida. It's kind of wild and kind of almost too many. There's sometimes it's like, oh, there's 3 conventions the same, one in Orlando, one in Tampa, and one in Jacksonville in the same weekend or whatever. So it's kind of nuts.
Interesting. Hopefully next year I can make. I'll, if I can make it, I want to make MegaCon. I haven't been there since 22.
Gotcha.
And I had a great time outside of getting a heat stroke and sick.
That's no fun.
For a couple hours.
Right.
Yeah. Not that mostly it was humidity that hit me really bad.
Yeah, understandably so. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm in New York. I'm a New Yorker, so we don't have from freezing winter to swampland overnight like that real quick.
Right. Gotcha.
AJB, can you bring up the next slide or picture there? I actually forget what I put for a minute.
No, it will be the Dungeon Crawler Carl.
All right, cool. So how was your free comic book day this year?
Our free comic day was awesome. We had 1,500 people through the door. We literally are shuttling people across the street so that they are not playing Frogger across a busy 192, which is a wildly busy road that's about 3 minutes from 95. But yeah, the first 2 hours we had 600 plus people from 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. So it was crazy. We actually do Free Comic Book May. We were one of the first stores to start it ourselves, and our friend Aaron at a comic shop in Orlando came up with the idea of Free Comic Book May way back on about 13 years ago. And basically every Saturday in May you get 10 free comics, 5 free from this year's selection and previous free comic day selections, 5 free from the boxes outside, which are like previous dollar bins, just kind of overstock and things we've had for a while. We've given them their chance to sell. But yeah, and there's no purchase necessary. If you do make a purchase and spend $5 or more every single Saturday in May, you get 2 free graphic novels at the end of the month, and we have dozens and dozens of choices, probably about 130, 140 choices of Marvel books. So there'll be a lot of Avengers, Iron Man, Thor, Cap, nice. X-Men, X-Force, things like that. A little bit independent. We'll have like Monstrous Volume 1 and some other great Image series and some just oddball independent. But yeah, there's tons of different choices. So you get 2 free graphic novels if you spent, $5 every Saturday for only $25 over the course of the month. So that's worked out really well. We gave out almost 800 total punch cards. So that means pretty much every other person through the door spent at least $5, and most of them bought, a few things. But yeah, Dungeon Crawler Carl, oh my God, that was such a phenomenon. We knew it was big, and I had several staff members that told me how much they love it and how much they enjoyed the series. So we knew it was going to be monstrous. We did order about 400 copies of the Dungeon Crawler Crawl free comic day, and we were just giving them out like crazy. And luckily we really didn't have anybody going, oh, I want 5 copies for me and my, we're like, come on, man. We know they're $10-12 on eBay. You're not going to find us selling them on eBay. We were happy to get them out to customers that asked them, and stuff like that.
I actually saw them going for $10 on eBay that Friday.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Oh, they were before that. I mean, honestly, they were weeks earlier. This is so funny. One store posted in one of the forums and said, oops, I meant to order 4 and I accidentally ordered 41 bundles of Dungeon Crawler Carl. Does anyone want to buy a few of my extras? He had 15 responses that went, I'll take 5, I'll take 6 bundles, I'll take them all, I'll take all 30 bundles you don't want. I was like, yeah, that dude did not have any trouble selling the hottest book for free comic day in years.
So
but
what were some of the other I think that Dungeon Crawler Carl is going to be not that I'm condemning or condemning this, all the flippers and speculators out there.
Right.
This is your next dork. Move on.
Right. Oh yeah, hands down. I mean, it's
until they run this one into the ground.
Right. Well, the main thing is, I mean, there's several stores that have said they don't sell books, and they're like Coliseum and others. We even just ordered some of Volume 8, the Parade of Horribles, the new hardcover coming out, because it's coming out, I think, the week after the Dungeon Crawler Carl graphic novel, or a week before. So we ordered some Volume 8s, just ordered some Volume 1s. I mean, for us to order a book, it doesn't happen often outside of special orders, but people love this, and it's just a phenomenon. And the best part is, it was young, it was old, it was male, it was female. I mean, all over the place, couples coming in together asking about this book. And it was really just cool to see friends of mine I had no idea were into this series and were like, oh man, I'm counting the days till book number 8. I was like, that's awesome. So it's a wild phenomenon. We ordered 130 copies of the graphic novel between the main cover and the direct market cover, and it seems like the direct market cover that kind of more prominently features Princess Donut is slightly in the lead of what's been asked for, but we have probably about 45 or 50 spoken for, and it's about half the people are not regulars, which is awesome that many
That's
people said, oh
amazing.
yeah.
I think this is gonna be this is why I get PO'd when I hear people say comics are dying, because just
oh no,
the last 2 years,
right,
this industry's been fun again.
oh yeah, I mean it's like honestly that we are in a very prominent location that is 3 minutes from 95 from I-95, 3 minutes from old location. Every day we have people come in from out of town. Oh, I'm here from Ohio. I'm here from Canada. I'm here from England. I'm like, unreal. Whether they were just coming back from the beach or the mall or whatever, they're like, oh, a comic and toy store. I saw Spider-Man and Batman outside. I got to flip around and check it out. We are selling We are selling comics to people we've never seen, but the amount of traffic we're seeing, we're up about 30 or 35% almost every month this year, and it's just keeps growing. Our free comic day was our busiest we've ever had, our best day in our 32-year history, and it's definitely been exciting. So yeah, so we're very thankful that one, there is so much buzz, whether it's Invincible, The Boys, Dungeon Crawler Carl. It's just about keeping up with it and finding a new audience for for stuff that we've had for years. They come in and they go, oh man, I'm excited about this, or I had that when I was a kid, or my friend told me about this and I read the first few issues and loved it, let me get my own set. So yeah, we just love selling comics, and we're passionate about it, and just love finding new people that, as new people find us, getting what they're interested in. That's what it's all about.
That's awesome. JD, can you bring up the next slide? I think this may be the Batman thing.
Correct. It is Absolute Batman number 20.
Yep. Like I said, this is the 125. Just when it comes to my question is, why does it feel like DC's finally got all their ducks in a row and is killing it? And why is Marvel doing whatever Marvel's doing? Because I'm reading more DC and selling more DC than I've had in 35 years.
Right, exactly. I mean, I have always been a lifelong DC fan. I mean, Titans and Legion, and like those are my characters, and I'm excited to see all this buzz around DC. For years, this is funny. Back in the day, like I'd catch Dan DiDio at San Diego Comic-Con and stuff, and he was like, Rick, I wish there were more retailers like you. I'm like, I sell 3-1 DC to Marvel. And he was like, why isn't everyone else on board with what we're doing with Infinite Crisis and, all these other big events and stuff like that? And Blackest Night, I mean, that's one of my favorite events of all time. I mean, that might be my favorite event in history. I mean, it's so good. But DC right now, I mean, Absolute hit it just the right time. It is unbelievable. They're smart that they've kept it to only a few titles and say they won't ever have more than 8 titles in the line. I think that's the perfect number. Every time Marvel catches a hit, they basically go, oh, let's do 5 more just like it. And then it becomes radioactive where no one cares about it or anything like that. And as far as the excitement of Absolute has stayed strong because it's been a great batch of creators. Of course, you got people like Scott Snyder, who's already a comic legend at this point, and he's done so many cool things with Batman. But man, did they really just hit right place, right time?
I think the surprise 2 books out of the entire thing for me is Kelly Thompson.
Oh yeah,
Wonder Woman's killing it with Absolute. Actually, it's the most I cared about Wonder Woman since the Infinite Crisis days.
Oh yeah, exactly. I'm right there with you. Yeah, I mean it's and I'm guessing you're going to say Martian Manhunter on the other one, or am I wrong?
Actually, I'm a little more preferable to Absolute Flash.
All right, gotcha.
Just because the Flash has always been one of my favorite characters since John Wesley Shipp show.
Gotcha. Right, very cool.
And what the little twists and turns they're doing with the characters in there, I think is kind of cool.
Oh yeah. It has been exciting. I mean, the best part is the Absolute line. It's caught on like nobody's business, and the best part is the amount of people that are like, I've never read a comic before. I've only read manga or ever in comics at all. And then they came in for Absolute Batman. We just kept selling. Normally, if a book's on a 5th printing, 6th printing, 7th printing, we're like, does it really need this? And Absolute Batman, man, did it really?
I think it's up to its 11th.
They are on the 11th or 12th.
And I'm hearing rumors are going to be doing a 12th.
Yeah, how insane is that? And the funny thing is, DC literally, they caught static from a bunch of retailers, and I was like, you're wrong. They did it right. They basically said, we can wait for you guys to count your numbers and put it in an FOC, and then we'll put it in our thing, and then we'll have them in stores. They said, we skipped all that. We printed an obscene amount of copies. They said, we're okay if we printed what we think is a 6-month supply of copies of Absolute Batman 1 through 14, just to get them all back in print. And they still ran out in like 2 weeks, and it was like, oh my God, that's insane. So yeah, we ordered 100 of each. We ordered 100 to 150 of each, and we're just like, all right, we got a bunch of different ones from all the different reprints, but we definitely needed more 7s, more 8s, more 9s. So we went nuts with it, and still we have a whole wall that just shows full facing each issue and kind of like a spotlight section, and we're just going to continue to keep them on 3
That's
different places
amazing.
you're going to see them. But yeah, it's been great. I mean, the Absolute line is killing it. DCKO was so much fun. I really enjoyed it. The
My
tie-ins
only
were awesome.
disappointment with KO was to get the exact title, but it's the one where Superman fights Homelander.
Yeah, boss battle was a little weak compared to the potential of that. There was a lot of static around that one because it was like, man, this could have been so great, and you barely got any fight out of them, and they just pretty much stopped fighting in the middle. I was like, come on, man! Like, I'm not saying
I actually think and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I am a huge wrestling fan too.
Right?
The KO AEW tie-in I thought was better than the boss battle.
Gotcha. Yeah, boss battle was a big disappointment. I mean, for all the buzz of people wanting to see Annabelle and Sub-Zero and all these cool characters fight DC, and it was like, come on, man, you could have given this like 10, 12 more pages, at least more definitive battles.
They could have did a little bit more even with the. I feel like Homelander didn't even get any good licks in.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, and it wasn't even like Superman knocked him out or anything. It was just like they just stopped fighting. Honestly, that was the biggest disappointment. And trust me, I ordered 250 copies of that book because I knew we'd sell them for years to come. Because people go, "Oh my God, Homelander versus Superman," But yeah, it was definitely underwhelming.
I did the same for the convention circuit because like Anthony Starr is on the convention circuit a lot.
Right. Yeah. So that, I mean, it's a shame. Outside of that, though, the actual battles, Joker and Red Hood was awesome. I mean, like, a lot of those were great. They were a lot of fun, and it was cool to see, like, damn, Aquaman got brutal, and his fights, I mean, he knocked it, and it was wild.
I also think he's killing it with Next Level right now, too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're off to a good start with, like, Lobo and Deathstroke, Batwoman. We did phenomenal. We went I ordered a crazy amount of Zatanna, and sure enough, because it was a free Comic Day weekend book, we sold through most of our copies. We have some blanks and a few foils left, and luckily DC overprinted, so I reordered some more directly on free Comic Day when I was like, oh man, we're that low? Let's get more in. But yeah, DC is just on fire. I love it. Marvel needs to step up. I think Chip Zdarsky's in the right path, and I think with hopefully this Avengers Armageddon event pays off as good as this far.
I'm really, really, really looking forward to Queen in Black.
Right? Oh yeah, that should be good.
And I hate to say this after being a lifelong Spider-Man fan, but I hope maybe something drastic needs to happen to Mary Jane. Like, right? Even though I'm in the minority, I'm digging the whole Venom thing. Yeah. I just know that you just follow trends. She's not going to be Venom forever. Right. Yeah. The whole Venom thing is mixed. A lot of people are like, "What? No, Mary Jane is Venom." Like Mary Jane had a giant fear of Venom, but comics are crazy. I mean, that's the thing is you got to keep them talking, and at least it got people talking and checking it out. But yeah, Marvel has a lot of dead weight and a lot of books that could be better right now, and it's killing me because there's some of the X books that, like, that whole relaunch after that Revelation thing, that was a mess. Yeah, I haven't really followed the X-Men books since right before that Sinister story when they were still in the Krakoa era. Gotcha. Yeah, the Krakoa stuff was a lot of fun, but it's just the they killed all the momentum with this silly Revelation thing for 3-month pop of a bunch of number ones. And then it was like, we were selling phenomenally well on Storm before the relaunch. And now it's like, people are back and going, how is this not half as good as it was before? Oh man, I really liked what they were doing before with the first series of this character, and the second one's not really catching. So I don't know. It's just a lot of momentum off as DC has just been killing it. I know Marvel's capable of better, and that's what we're hoping for. But we'll see what happens. I'm hoping Armageddon is the right move, and that Chip Zdarsky does
get it to pay off like his build-up in cap, which has been good. Like Iron Man by Josh Williamson, solid. There's a few books coming out from Marvel that are good, but
Oh yeah,
it's just a lot of
Stephanie
fluff,
Phillips
you know?
on Daredevil right now.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Issue
Yeah,
1 is phenomenal.
right.
Which so good. My other thing that I did not put on the list of questions that I was using as a blueprint, but what's your thoughts on the whole blind bag phenomena?
I gotta say, on one hand, as long as they don't overdo
Amazon, stop. Amazon, stop. Thank you.
as long as they don't overdo it, I'm a little concerned on. I don't know how it's tough trying to order the Queen in Black because Daredevil, at least we knew it was going to be a great first issue. Stephanie Phillips, awesome talent, and one of the better writers in the last few years. We've met her and are talking about her coming to our store before too long.
Yeah,
so
I'm
we're
actually in the
excited for that.
process of getting in contacting because I am visually impaired, so I'm trying to see if I could just be a little bit of a blind consultant
Right. Gotcha.
for her Daredevil run.
That's awesome. Very cool. Yeah, that's
Like
great.
I said, my first comic was that me going blind cool was Frank Miller's Daredevil. So
Right. All right. There you go. Excellent.
you know,
Excellent.
like I said, as I know, like the blind bags for me has been very hit or miss. Like the Invincible ones did phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
Even though the series is amazing, but the watching that with DC with Matt Fraction's Batman,
Right.
DC has a learning curve for their blind bags.
Right. I am a little concerned because DC's mostly done the $10 ones for like KO and Batman 1 and stuff like that. And we've sold them all. I mean, don't get me wrong, I could have ordered more, but at the $10 price point, you open up a $10 book and go, "Oh, I didn't get what I wanted." That's kind of rough.
That's the reason why I Dynamite is like doing a lot more of them, and I was gonna get a ton of those boys, but then I saw the price point.
Yeah,
like,
$30 or whatever. It's like even with multiple,
nah.
way too much. So I think that I honestly, if they can keep them at that like Daredevil $5.99 price point, I'm a little concerned because King in Black is that $8 price point, or Queen in Black, but we'll still sell a lot of them. And I think it's interesting that they're doing like, oh, you get a box and you're guaranteed to get variant A and variant B. I do think Queen in Black is cool because you're not going to get an A, you're not going to get a B, you're not going to get a blank. You're going to get only ones that are available in blind bags only, which is cool because at least you're not going, damn it, I bought 3 and I got
I bought this for the blind bag. I'm getting the cover I could have just bought anyways.
Right, exactly. So I think that's refreshing, but I do think that $5.99 is the perfect price point. I know Kirkman was kind of like, well, I know I can afford to lose that money, but $4 on didn't realize how much extra it was going to cost me to make these things, manufacture them all, get it all quality controlled and everything there. So I hope to see
the king of the blind bag, Mr. Mark Spears,
right.
He doesn't have one of those like Monsters number 8. I swear I'm going to smack him.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I would be shocked if we don't see that real soon. I mean, he's had 2 that have sold unbelievable numbers. I mean, we're talking, hundreds of thousands of copies between the
50
2
grand every time he's done it, and he's one of the sweetest guys I've ever had the pleasure of meeting.
Right.
And I'm happy for him, especially with his story of how long he struggled.
Oh yeah.
I just let's not constantly oversaturate ourselves like that at the same time.
Exactly. I mean, honestly, I don't want to see this month's equivalent of previews, even though there is no more previews. I just don't want to see everybody doing blind bags all the time, and it just gets to take away from the specialness of it. It's like how do we order Turtles 13? I was like, I ordered like 50 or 60 and was like, okay, good, we sold through them all, but I didn't want to bet the farm on it when it's like, how much are people going to jump in at a 13 versus
exactly.
1 or something, So.
Which brings me back to that question between 1995 and now, as an industry, have we learned from our history yet?
Some have and some haven't. So the main thing is, Marvel still, when something's hot, they overdo it, oversaturate it, and then it kind of goes away. DC honestly have clearly learned something because, man, Absolute Batman felt like their answer to the Ultimate Universe. So why is it selling 5-1 against the Ultimate Universe, or 10-1 in some cases against the Ultimate Universe? So that's the real question there: is how is it
comes down to quality?
Yeah,
I think everything else got tired of being number 2.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, DC has definitely done a great job on that, and it's really helped out a lot. So. But yeah, I do think that going forward, there's going to be a lot more potential for DC to do more cool stuff. So we'll see what happens.
Are we getting that?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if I should jump out or.
No, I think we're good. I think I was messing around with my computer and it linked to something else, but we should be fine now.
Okay,
cool.
Yeah, I don't hear it anymore. Okay.
Excellent.
All right, JB, can you pull up the one of the last remaining slides there, bud?
The last slide was the Absolute Batman.
All right, so that was the. All right, cool. All right. So just, where do you see the industry going in the next couple of years?
I think it's going to continue to grow. I think that hopefully they continue to learn lessons from the Absolute Batman and the just fever of how it's gone. This might be the hottest book I've ever seen. I mean, Walking Dead at its peak was crazy and getting new people into it, but less is more. If they just said, okay, Absolute's hot, let's make 20 books, it'd be like, all right, you're not keeping it special, you're not keeping it a confined line that people can afford all of, and try and go, hey, I will try Flash, I'll try Green Lantern, I'll try Martian Manhunter, that they might not have otherwise. So I hope that the industry continues to improve and learn from its mistakes. I know that there's a lot of cool stuff coming out from Image and from some smaller publishers that is great and isn't finding the audience it should. And then there's other books that are finding a bigger audience through speculation that may not be as worthy of some of the other hit books. So it's kind of a tough uphill battle to see where the next few years takes us with that. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the publishers do, and hopefully they do continue to learn from their mistakes and don't just constantly make the same mistakes over and over again and go from there. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how things go, but yeah, we're just thankful that community supports a shop our size, and hope to continue to grow as things go on.
All right, that's awesome. And once again, if you can just tell my audience where the location of your shop is with the address, if you like.
Yeah, of course. We are Famous Faces and Funnies in West Melbourne, Florida. We're at 3540 West New Haven Avenue, and we are just thrilled to have a great community that supports our shop and all we do. So we have lots of fun events. We do like manga club once a month. We do like a round table and talk about comics. We have a kids club and just do all sorts of stuff. Free Comic Book May. We do a little bit of everything that we can to just reach out and anywhere we can go to cross promote and just get people a free comic and get them excited about reading like we are about all this fun stuff that's there. So we also have a second store in Boynton Beach. We bought Tate's previous second store, and Jimmy, my co-owner down there, him and his wife Michelle have done a phenomenal job of really just building up a whole new audience. Took it over with just a handful of subscribers. Now he's got almost 200 folder service customers. So it's incredible to see the growth over there. We're very thankful for how it's going. So just love comics and gonna keep doing the best we can for years to come.
That's cool. And everyone watching on the rewind, the link, the Famous Faces and Funnies link tree is in the show description, so you can find them on eBay. And which I killed 2 hours on your eBay store just looking at stuff today. Because your action figure selection is phenomenal, and I had to remind myself to be a responsible adult for fun.
Right. That's awesome.
Because you had a lot of those mid-90s action figures. Now let me get out of here now before I drop money. I'm not spending quite yet. But I want to just thank you very much for sharing some of your time. And you have now that you've been a guest once, I may occasionally invite you back on from time to time.
Of course, yeah. Thank you so much for having me. It was a great time, and we just love comics. We're passionate about. We always have fun doing just talking about comics, and just love this industry so much. So thank you so much for having me, Adam. I really appreciate it.
Thanks. You have a good night, Rick.
All right, you too. Thanks. All right. Yep. Bye.
And before we leave, let's bring in my tag team partner, J.V. Wheels.
Hello.
Over in the Chairman HQ.
I'm trying over here, man.
Yeah. Just wanted to get your quick thoughts since you watched it while we were setting up. what were your thoughts on the finale of Daredevil?
Oh man, what a finale! Really well done. The conversation between Kingpin and Daredevil, when everything was going awry. Really good acting by everybody.
Yeah.
The only thing I feel like was cut out of the episode, it's probably just me, but we never got like BB's official reaction to the situation that happened last week. So maybe in season 3 they touch on that.
Maybe. And I did like the fact that they at least had her come back and start the whole riot.
Yeah.
To one
true.
of the best hallway fights ever seen.
Yeah. That was I mean, I missed a part of it. I'm gonna have to go back and look at it, but that was a really well done fight. No, a phenomenal finale. I'm interested to see what happens with Heather, Glenn, and Muse, as I've called it since like the second episode, even though that was obvious.
It took me like 3. I think it was like the episode where, where Buck was choking her, and she started enjoying it. That's what I say. Yeah, she's going to become the female Muse.
So I'm interested to see what happens there. Obviously we have Punisher, One Last Kill coming up.
That's next Tuesday on the 12th.
I'm interested to see where that leads into, and yeah, man.
Yes, I guess it's like I've been saying all night. It's a great time to be in the geek culture. I cannot wait. And I'm not going to spoil everything, but there was another Marvel return in this at the end that I was very happy to see.
Oh yeah. And there's more coming apparently. So.
Yep, and nowhere to go but up. But I want to thank you as always for being the right hand man and for always having my back with Awesome Sauce Radio.
Always, man.
Where can the audience find you online?
Literally everywhere at JV Wheels _. So that's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. No, Facebook is just my regular name, but I do have a page for everything that's about to start. So, what am I calling? Sorry,
when you're ready to drop the ball on that, I know you will. I just want to say, I think that Joe Henry is an evil, evil man.
Yeah.
And him and his Fire Logan Paul song could go fuck themselves because it's been stuck in my head since Monday Night Raw.
That shit was funny, but
of course, you can find me Instagram at The Real Blind Adam, TikTok at The Real Blind Adam, eBay Blind Adam, ManyVids Blind Adam, Whatnot Comic VIP, Twitter/X at the Comicpimp. Remember, you don't accept to have a vision. It's not what happens, what you do about it. I love you all. Blind Adam out.